Pre-show cheers.
Pre-show. Boom.
Ooh, Redbreast's 15.
Yeah.
So the Irish whiskey that we have, that one.
Yeah.
Really good. I like it. Hello, Internet. Welcome to the show.
Jalen Hurts becomes the highest paid quarterback in NFL history.
Let's go ahead and talk about it here. My name is Darren. That is AJ. And this is the DNA Sports Recap. So, how's it going, AJ?
Doing good, man. Doing good. Busy,
Awesome.
busy. How about you?
It's been a good week. Doing well. Thanks for asking. Where do you think we should start off first this week? Should we start off with the NFL?
Yeah. There's actually been some things happening with the NFL finally.
Yeah. I know we teased it earlier in the opener about Jalen Hurts, but I want to talk about something else that actually has a little bit of controversy to it.
Okay, I'm ready.
And that is the Washington Commanders. We talked about this on the golf course this weekend about how that they were, there potentially was the highest bid from the Harris Group of $6.05 billion.
Wow, dude.
For the Washington Commanders. So there's a little bit more to this story than that, believe it or not.
Okay.
So it was reported that the Harris Group have agreed to bid, have made an offer to the Commanders of $6.05 billion. But there's a little bit of a wrinkle in this, and it's kind of interesting because out of nowhere, former Duke basketball player Brian Davis makes a cash offer of $7 billion.
A cash offer of $7 billion?
$7 billion. And this is conveniently 2 days after it was reported by the Washington Post that sources within the NFL were actually disappointed that the biggest offer for the Commanders was only $6.05 billion when the team was estimated to be worth, guess what the number is?
$7 billion.
Great guess. How'd you know?
I'm a thinker.
Yeah, so kind of interesting, right?
How, as a former Duke basketball player, do you obtain $7 billion?
It's really interesting about that because apparently he's leveraging his green energy consulting company. Green energy development company. He's leveraging all their assets to come up with the money to do so. There's lots of, hey, where's this money coming from?
Yeah.
So, it would be unprecedented because it would be the first time that the NFL would have a black owner, a sole black owner, which would be awesome.
Yeah.
But again, there's just a little bit of interesting twists to that. It also comes with a really interesting clause. It's an indemnity against any future lawsuits or legal action.
Huh.
So the new owner would be taking on all legal responsibility for the team for its history. That's an odd thing to put in there.
Yeah.
I don't know. What's your take on that?
I'm a little bit surprised that the Commanders are worth $7 billion.
Yeah. I
don't know when the last time the Commanders won a Super Bowl, but...
No, I can't really say that I know either, but, especially with the name change, it kind of makes it sound like they're an expansion team, which they really aren't. But,
right, yeah.
It's just weird to have that say. And the fact that the NFL thought that team's worth $7 billion, I don't know. I don't really think...
Especially with such limited success on the field. I don't know, man. Yeah, that's just really crazy to me. But, good for them. I guess that's probably good for the franchise, allows them some flexibility.
It makes you really wonder, what the value of the other franchises are.
Yeah. What's the valuation on the Dallas Cowboys if the Commanders are worth $7 billion?
If the Commanders are supposedly worth 7, maybe only 6, we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
I'd be really interested to see what the Cowboys are worth in that case.
That's just insane.
Yeah. That'll be interesting. We'll see what happens there.
Yeah.
In regards to the Washington Commanders, I hope they sell for what they're worth. I just $7 billion cash offer with an immunity. Kind of seems all a little fishy.
Especially when the NFL valued it. They get a lowball offer in their eyes, and all of a sudden somebody comes up with $7 billion in cash to
2 days after
to finance it.
2 days after is reported that the league wanted that franchise to sell for $7 billion. Let's talk about Jalen Hurts. I believe
that's the big one, man.
Yeah,
that's the big news in the NFL this week.
Yeah.
He signs a 5-year, $255 million contract, including a $23.294 million signing bonus, $179 million guaranteed, and an annual average salary of $51 million.
Yeah, so that's the AAV of $51 million. Basically, is what's putting him as the number one player. That's
number one, the highest paid, right?
That's going to be. It's based off of AAV, which is pretty standard in the NBA and MLB is your AAV. He also has like $100,000 workout bonus in this one, which is weird. So this has to go back to what we've talked about previously in what does this mean for Lamar Jackson?
Yeah,
I think this is huge for Baltimore. Jalen Hurts just got $51 million guaranteed. Aaron Rodgers, two-time MVP back-to-back, got $50.3 million. Russell Wilson is at $48.5 million, which is going to probably be the worst contract in the NFL.
Yeah, and Lamar Jackson's done none of any of those things.
Yes. Lamar Jackson hasn't won a Super Bowl, hasn't been to a Super Bowl. All three of those have done those things.
The proof of what he's actually done, there is none.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, he's had some limited regular season success, almost no postseason success. The fact is, the reason that Jalen Hurts gets paid $51 million a year is because he took a team to a Super Bowl.
Yes.
I mean, that's what it is, dude.
Oh, yeah.
He's that guy. He got him there. He struggled. I mean, they came out the chute last year firing. You know what I mean? They were the number one team in the NFL for a reason. That's not anything Lamar Jackson's done.
No, and the other part of that is that's where I think Baltimore's coming out looking good. This is what the market is for a Super Bowl quarterback. That's not what you're going to be getting.
Yeah.
More and more, this Deshaun Watson contract is actually starting to look better and better as these.
It doesn't look so crazy.
It doesn't look so crazy now. With Aaron Rodgers and now Jalen Hurts' contract, it doesn't seem to be too crazy. Now, here's the funny part about the whole Lamar Jackson thing. Did you know that he's representing himself in these contract negotiations? He doesn't have an agent.
I actually did see that.
I thought that's crazy.
That is absolute foolishness.
For me, I think he would be signed right now. And he would have a very competitive contract to, I think, Aaron Rodgers and Jalen Hurts if he would have had an agent.
I just don't know why, as a professional athlete, you would think that you are going to be able to negotiate better than somebody else for you. That's
literally their job.
That's what you're paying them for.
Yeah. Blows my mind. It's also reported that in last September, he turned down a 3-year, $133 million guaranteed contract, which would also go up to $200 million in guaranteed contract if he was on the roster on the 5th day of the 2026 season. You don't even have to be the best quarterback. You don't even have to be starting.
Just on the roster.
You just have to be on the roster.
Yeah, you could have been 4 broken legs. All you gotta do is just stay for him.
They have until July, I believe, to make a decision to sign him to an extension, or he's going to be on the restricted franchise tag. And he's going to play for $36 million.
Right.
So it's in his best interest to get a deal extension signed.
Yeah, for sure. I mean,
if he wants an extension, at this point,
I would
that's
say what it is. Maybe he just doesn't want it.
Yeah, I don't know. But if you get a contract extension, odds are he's going to get paid more than $36 million.
Yeah.
So I would assume
they're absolutely going to pay him more than $36 million if he can get an extension done.
Yes.
But this is the reason you have an agent, to look at some of these things. What is your actual market value?
Yeah.
And he's choosing not to have an agent, which is, I don't know.
Yeah, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. I don't really know. I'm pretty sure only Lamar Jackson knows what he's thinking there.
Yeah. Clearly he's got some reason for it.
Yeah, so I don't know. That's quite interesting. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, that will do it for us here. Remember, folks, if you are watching this on YouTube, keep in mind our full episode will be available as a podcast on YouTube's podcast, also wherever else you find your podcasts.
Yep, and if you're watching on YouTube, make sure you like, share, subscribe, comment down below. Let us know what you think, what you want to see coming up.
Yep, absolutely. Once again, my name is Darren, that is AJ, and this has been the DNA Sports Recap.
Till next time.